Welcome back to the Tim Hayes YouTube channel. I'm your host, Tim Hayes, and this time a toy haul and unboxing video. And as you can see, I've got two of these Hasbro Streets of Mos Eisley Diorama playsets to unbox. And then besides those, I've got, of course, the action figure that came with each one, and I got a couple other action figures separate from these, but this is stuff I bought off of Amazon Prime. One is a vintage collection 3.75-inch Bush Leia from Return of the Jedi before she got dressed in her Jabba the Hutt dancing girl bikini. She tried to save Han Solo, but she was unmasked and then became Jabba's new slave girl. This is right before she gets captured by Jabba. She tries to rescue Han Solo. And this was one I put off buying for the longest time because this particular figure, she has the thermal detonator permanently attached or molded into one of her hands. But like the vintage Kenner figure, she comes with the removable helmet and a stick weapon. It looks like she comes with binoculars or something, but the package was just in this little box. So as soon as I open up the box, this comes off of there, so now I can just take her out of there. Yeah, I wanted to get a few new figures to go with these Streets of Mos Eisley, so they would have more than just a Jawa. And then I got one of the Super 7 3.75-inch figures of Vincent Price, and he looks like he comes with that little raven. It's not attached to him like I thought it was. Yeah, a mild-mannered man turned horror icon. Vincent Price, Master of Mayhem action figure. And they still have reaction down there to resemble Kenner from the Kenner days of Star Wars 3.75-inch action figures. But the main highlight today, unboxing these two Diorama playsets. And I, of course, have my trusty scissors, so now for a quick break off camera while I begin the unboxing. Okay, as you can see, I've opened up and set up one of the Streets of Mos Eisley with the Vincent Price figure and the Bush Leia. And I got Vincent's Raven, as in quote, the Raven nevermore, set up And I've got the little droid eye, like the one seen at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. I heard was in the Mandalorian series, but yeah, it just has that lava orange colored. It doesn't have that neat look to it like it did at Jabba's palace in Return of the Jedi. And I've tested that door, and that door will snap open and shut. And I had to put the steps in. Yeah, and those two little boxes, they open, and that other box opens. But I just wanted to show off this Jawa. There he is on the cardboard back. It says Jawa Mos Eisley, and he comes with a few guns. Choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3. And they don't show you the full wave on the back anymore. Yeah, Tatooine's lawless port was a hive of scum and villainy for rogue smugglers and fugitives of all species, including Jawas, who comb the desert in search of discarded scrap and mechanicals to cobble together weaponry. VC 342, the Mos Eisley Jawa. I'll be back in just a second as I unbox. Yeah, as I unbox this guy. Along with the other Streets of Mos Eisley. And as you can see in the directions, the set is modular, so if you have more than one set, they connect, including the archway. So, let me show you what I've done. Yeah, I got Cara Dune and Super 7, G.I. Joe cartoon Scarlet, and the Dungeons and Dragons and Sorceress all hovered around an alien from one of the Alien movies, and little Jawa sitting down, he's got his gun, and then just like in Return of the Jedi, I have C-3PO and R2-D2 talking to that droid eye, and Luke is standing guard with his lightsaber, and then you see Stan Solo custom holiday special Boba Fett with another custom droid, and there I've got the other guy, the other Jawa unboxed, and put the little silver gun in his holster, and then his other guns are on that energy box thing, and then I've got those two Jabba's Denizens human skiff guards. I've got one unmasked talking to the other one. Yeah, I connected those two archways together. I don't think my... Yeah, you can see the eye droid. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this webcam is going to reach that far. But let me show you the other Jawa. Yeah, these don't have all the 5 points of articulation. The knees don't bend. But as you can see, he's got the little gun in his holster there. The little silver gun. Let me get him out of the way. Let you get a closer look down this alleyway street with another building. Yeah, you can just barely see back there. Got the eyeball droid sticking out. And then just those two Jabba's human skiff guard, palace guards conversing. Yeah, see, I've got the archways connected, and I've got those other two building facade front walls set up on the side to give this more of another street scene. But that is just really dark back there, so let me see if I can turn on my flashlight. My flashlight does not want to work. There we go. So now I cannot hold all these things at once. So yeah, they're getting a little bit of a flashing light on that other guy. Yeah, that flashlight is just all messed up right now. Let's take a look. Vincent Price and Boosh Leia standing by watching, and then Vincent's Raven is on top of the building, and then we got two human skiff guards down that archway alleyway to another street scene, just talking. And that flashlight doesn't want to work. Yeah, we get a little bit more of a glow on Luke and on the building front, but we can't. Yeah, it looks like I can get a little bit better of a view of the other guard. So let's see. Yeah, and I've got those two hallways in the background. Yeah, the rest of my diorama videos are going to be preempted while I focus a little bit more on Maz Eisley and the return to Tatooine. one more thing I wanted to do. See if I can get the door to snap open. Let's get this guy out of the way. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn this off again. Okay, now I'm back. Now, as you can see, I got the door open. I opened it partially, so the droids and Luke are going inside along with Jawa. And I moved Vincent Price's little raven, so quoth the raven, never more. Yeah, I should have just set up that other building alongside this. There's just so many things I can do with this since I bought 2 of these. But I just thought it would be neat to have a hall, or have an alleyway, big alleyway arch going past another building. It is just so dark back there unless I get a close-up. I should have taken that other guy's helmet off. There we go. That's a little bit better. Still a little dark. And that is a Power of the Force 2 C-3PO. And let's see. That Empire Strikes Back R2-D2 and Super 7 Alien with the Super 7 G.I. Joe cartoon Scarlet from the 80s G.I. Joe cartoon with the 80s Dungeons and Dragons Sorceress and vintage collection Cara Dune from The Mandalorian, all surrounding this alien monster. Like little Jawa sitting down, and Vincent Price and Bouche Leia and the Raven all standing by watching. And the other Jawa has invited Luke and the droids in. What will happen? Quoth the Raven, never more. So, just having a little bit of fun with these diorama playsets. Just so much I can do with 2 of them. I might get a 3rd or 4th one at some point, but these are not cheap. And the plastic they used on these is a lot harder, more like the plastic in the 80s, mid to late 80s playset toys I had as a kid. Which is strange considering it says made in freaking China. Yeah. Not too thrilled about that. But it is what it is. I did back the HasLab Cantina, and I probably only need one of these to connect onto it, but it just looks so much more fun to have 2 of them until the fall. So I've got a little bit more of a street scene diorama playset. So I hope you liked my video, it being filmed in separate pieces. So keep an eye out for another toy video coming soon to the Tim Hayes YouTube channel. I'm Tim Hayes. I hope you enjoyed watching my video.